Hello friends, my name is Nikhil Saren. I hope you all are doing well. Today we will going to talk about mechanism of Indian monsoon. Before we move into the detail of mechanism of Indian monsoon, let's understand the seasonal cycle of India. When we talk about the seasonal cycles of India, we have dry summer season, we have advancing monsoon season, which is also known as our rainy season. We have winter season, which is also known by retreating monsoon season, as well as we have our spring season. Why we have these seasons? There are two factors behind it. First, the tilt of the earth. Second is the revolution of earth around the sun. Now let's understand one thing. We are into the month of May. It means the sun is focusing on northern hemisphere. Because of that, we have our summer season. By the month of October, November, when sun will going to be focused on southern hemisphere, that results into the winter season in our northern hemisphere, and at the same time summer season in our southern hemisphere. Now let us link the same thing with the help of map of India in the mechanism of Indian monsoon. Now let's understand one thing. In the month of May, the sun will going to focus on our northern hemisphere. In the month of May, the sun will going to focus on northern hemisphere, or we can say the sun will going to be directly overhead over Tropic of Cancer, which results into that Tropic of Cancer will going to become more warmer as comparison to equator. That results into development of low pressure over Indian landmass, and surrounded water bodies will have high pressure, and these high pressure winds are attracted towards our low pressure areas. Why we have these things? Because the high pressure winds move towards our low pressure area. This is the one point. It means you can say that under the mechanism of Indian monsoon, first fact is that there will be the land and water effect. Land will be more hotter and water will be cooler. That result into formation of low pressure and high pressure, and winds are attracted from high pressure towards your low pressure region. So one factor. Now second major factor. During this time, the Tibetan plateau will going to develop low pressure. Why? Because as we already discussed, sun will be going to focus on northern hemisphere, and Tibetan plateau is a part of northern hemisphere. That part will going to become much warmer. That results into formation of our low pressure. The third factor which going to play a very important role in the mechanism of Indian monsoon is, we can say that, ITCZ. When we talk about ITCZ is a intertropical convergence zone. Is our intertropical convergence zone. It is a zone where our northeast and southeast trade wind converge. It means this is a zone where our southeast and northeast trade wind are converging with each other. But this ITCZ never remain over equator throughout the year. With the apparent movement of sun towards northern hemisphere, the ITCZ will going to shift from equator towards northern plain region, because in the month of May, as we had already discussed, the sun will going to be directly overhead over Tropic of Cancer, which results into the shift of ITCZ from equator towards our northern plain. That results into another thing. As ITCZ is acting as a wall for northeast and southeast trade wind, now because of shift of ITCZ, now your southeast trade wind now got a chance to cross the equator. Once they are crossing the equator, they become your southwest trade winds. As these winds are coming from Indian Ocean, where we have high pressure zone, these southeast trade winds are coming with lot of moisture, and once they are crossing the equator, after crossing equator, they become southwest trade wind because of Coriolis force. As Coriolis force say that wind in the northern hemisphere will going to shift toward right side and left side in our southern hemisphere. So these west trade winds now going to bring lot of moisture, and they will going to bring lot of moisture in our Kerala region, that results into burst in monsoon. The monsoon is coming to India. Kerala become the first state to receive monsoon rainfall. Now after crossing your Kerala from Nilgiri hills, these southwest trade winds get bifurcated into two branches. One, we can say that Arabian Sea branch, which is bringing rainfall in your Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, and further it is moving up. And Bay of Bengal branch, this is Bay of Bengal branch, is bringing rainfall in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and in our Odisha and northeastern part of India. As this Bay of Bengal branch is approaching towards northeastern part of India, they are gaining more moisture from our Bay of Bengal region, and they are bringing heavy rainfall in northeastern part of India. One more thing is there. In northern part of India, we have northern Himalayas, as well as towards northeast, or we can say after northeast in Myanmar, we have Pegu Yoma and Arakan Yoma. This Pegu Yoma and Arakan Yoma and these Himalayas are acting as a wall for these southwest trade winds. They are not allowing these trade winds to cross India. Now understand one more thing is here. Here we have one more role is here. That is, you can say, jet streams. When we talk about jet stream, we have subtropical jet stream, which are largely found between 27 to 30 degree north latitude, which are blowing in the upper part of the atmosphere, somewhere around, you can say, 12 kilometer, and they are moving from west to east. These are the hot and high speed winds which are moving from east to west direction. Now because of this change in the, you can say, our pressure belts, because of shift of ITCZ, the jet streams are also shift towards north of Himalayas. It means there is a change in direction of our, there is a change in, you can say, position of our jet streams. Now they are blowing the north of Himalaya in the month of May and June. Now understand one more thing. Here we have Tibetan Plateau. These Tibetan Plateau are generating convection currents. They are generating the convection currents and they are moving like this. Now once this Bay of Bengal branch is approaching towards northeastern part of India, here we have Arakan Yoma, Pegu Yoma, and they are bringing the heavy rainfall in this region. Once they are approaching this region, they are diverted towards the northern plain region. Two factors are there. One is ITCZ is over here. Second, we can say that low pressure over our Potwar region in Pakistan, as well as, you can say, these low pressure winds which are coming from Tibetan Plateau region, these winds are deflecting this Bay of Bengal branch to move towards northern plain of India, and these southwest trade winds are bringing rainfall in the northern plain regions of India. So we can say that this is the mechanism of Indian monsoon, where we can say three major factors are playing a role. First, the low pressure over Indian landmass, it means land and water effect, one thing, temperature one. Second, we can say the shift of ITCZ from equator towards northern plain region. Third major factor, we can say that shift of jet streams towards north of Himalayas. And fourth factor, we can say that our low pressure over Tibetan landmass.